When someone says they have an amazing team, I immediately tell them, I don't think anyone's ever walked in and said, my team sucks.
Not necessarily everybody or every entrepreneur wants to necessarily change the world, but maybe take part in making the world a little bit of a better place.
Changing a small piece of the world at a time, that makes sense. But if you try to change the world, you might tire yourself out.
I want to change the world, but my wife wants me to change the diapers first.
Everybody wants to change the world, even myself. Honestly, that's I'm probably cliche there. This was one of my objectives 10 years ago. It's always an objective. So again, I think you need to focus on how you can have an impact in your small society first, and then think about how it enlarge and enlarge before you can actually change the world. So it needs to start somewhere.
Indeed, it is all about the user experience, and again here you have to be very well aware of who those users are, and observing them is a lot better than actually being in your basement trying to figure out what they're thinking or how they would be using your thing.
I actually agree with that cliche. I do believe it's all about the customer. Companies often get too caught up in sort of the technology and the development and the programming and the engineering and even the marketing and sales of it. They often sort of forget to ask the customers, do you like this product? Is this what you need? Is this satisfying a particular need?
It's not about the user interface or the user interaction, it's the experience. If somebody has a good experience with your product, they're going to buy it.
I think it's 50% right. I think the user experience is why you're doing a product, but you need to make money on the user experience.
I don't care about the money. That's a great one because I really don't care about the money. At the end of the day, you know, I probably don't even see my paycheck. I know it's deposited every month, every week, every 2 weeks. Sorry.
There's sort of two types of people that don't care about the money. One are people that have never experienced any money. And the others are ones that don't need any more.
If you're a foundation, if you're a social entrepreneur and you have no money, you can't make the project. More money you have, more you can have an impact, build your products and do this. So you might not care about having personal money, but you need money to do anything.
What you do can't be free. And what I do is not free, and there's value to it, and if somebody is not willing to pay for it, then what I'm doing has got no value. I should be figuring something else.
We have an amazing team is usually not true. Most teams that I meet have pieces of a great team, but they don't have an amazing team yet.
You have an amazing team to do what? Do you have an amazing team because you like to go out for beers with them after work, because it's fun to have lunch with them and stuff? Or do you have an amazing technology team? And I think that the connotation of amazing is very different.
For me, an amazing team is a team that is perfectly balanced to do exactly what's needed. No wastage, no excess. And it's rare that you get a perfect team like that.
Managing expectations is code word for, I hope you write this down so you don't sue us in a month.
Managing expectations is not an excuse for underperforming, and it's not an excuse for underselling, but it is something about making sure that you constantly communicate what is going on.
Transparency is the same thing as managing expectations. The more transparent you are, the better I think the relationship is with the board, with your investors, with your customers, and with your team.
Managing expectations is very important. It's a cliche, and I don't think that people understand that satisfaction is directly driven by expectations. So if you have high expectations and you deliver just under, people are not satisfied. And if you have very low expectations and you over-deliver, everybody's satisfied. So that's probably something every entrepreneur should do, is managing expectations, and really do it, not just say it.
Passion is everything. I mean, if you are not absolutely passionate and convincingly so to yourself, then there's no way to succeed in a startup or as an entrepreneur.
And there's going to be days where you're going to be exhausted and broke and frustrated, and if you don't have that passion sort of at the underlying layer of what you're doing, I think you're not going to. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult to be successful.
If you're not passionate, I don't think there's any chance that you can be successful, because you end up working crazy hours where you can't see the you can't see the light, you don't know where you're going, you're lost. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, that's not fun. You can't fake it.